my god, the crust. You guys, welcome back to day 6 of 7 days of pumpkin spice baked goods for the first week of October. We're making a pumpkin pie. It's a little basic, but I feel like everyone needs to know how to make a good pumpkin pie. It's like a fundamental of fall baking. The only time I ever made a pumpkin pie was 2 years ago. It came out so good. The only issue was that I didn't have a pie pan, but now I got myself a pie pan and it's so easy to make. If you want to take a shortcut, you can buy store-bought pie crust. I wouldn't recommend it. I make mine from scratch. It's well worth it. I pulled this from the freezer because I had it stored in there from the last time I made a pie. The recipe for this is in my baking highlight, but I'll also put it in the caption. The layers of butter in here are insanity. I'm a huge fan of blind baking my pie crust because I like the bottom to be crispy and well cooked as opposed to dense and soggy. If your pie dough is really hard because it came from the fridge, just smack it down with your rolling pin and it kind of helps break it up and roll it out. What I like to do to help guide this into a circle is rip off any weird edges and place them back where there are gaps. There's a lot of room for error with a pumpkin pie because it's just the base crust. Roll it up on the rolling pin. Very gently mold it into the pie pan. Once it's well fit in there and you have all this overhang, I like to fold it back over, just crinkle the edges. The crust looks very good. Now, make a couple holes with a fork. We're gonna take some parchment paper. Then you need to take something like dried beans and put them on top of the parchment paper to create weight so that our dough doesn't expand. And this is going in at 425 for just 15 minutes. You can work on the pumpkin pie filling. I'm gonna start with 2 eggs. Opening a fresh can of pumpkin for this. I'm going to take 2 cups of pumpkin. Pumpkin pie is one of the only recipes that actually uses a lot of pumpkin puree. I like to use full-fat coconut milk. We're taking a cup of this. I'm gonna give these a whisk. I'll add in about a teaspoon of vanilla, half cup of brown sugar, quarter cup of cane sugar, half teaspoon of salt. I like to measure each spice individually because I find that pumpkin spice sometimes can have too much of a strong flavor. I want to balance it all out really well. 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, half a teaspoon of ginger, quarter teaspoon of nutmeg, and a quarter teaspoon of cloves. You could put even less if you're worried. We'll give it all a whisk. So is the pie crust. Pumpkin pie is so easy to make, but it's very lengthy. I'm gonna carefully remove the